G'day legends, Riley here from RD Auto Electrics and welcome back to the channel. Today you are tuning in to episode number 2 of our Tech Talk series. Now firstly, we just wanted to thank you for your support of this new series. To date, episode number 1 has received over 70,000 watches. Now to think when we kicked off the channel just over 12 months ago now, that we would have over 70,000 people tuning into one episode, it's absolutely mind-blowing. So thanks to you guys so much for your support. We really appreciate it. We look forward to jumping now into episode number 2, which is going to be a chat on inverters. Now just quickly, before we jump into our discussion on the inverters, we just wanted to answer a couple of quick questions that we had in the previous episode regarding our new battery enclosures. Now, one of them was the material that they're constructed of. So we have chosen to have these fabricated out of a plastic composite. Now we've done this for a couple of reasons. First of all, the material is non-flammable and non-conductive. It also has a really low moisture retention and a high chemical resistance, so it makes a perfect material for constructing our battery enclosures. Another popular question that we received was, if our battery enclosures are fully sealed, then how do you access the batteries for inspection and servicing? So what we've done is we've fabricated the enclosures with a fully removable top lid. Now as you'll see, there's a foam seal around the inside, so when this lid is fixed and secured down, it's completely sealed. But by having a removable lid, it makes it easy for inspection and servicing. So the lid can simply be unscrewed, taken off, the system can be inspected and serviced, and then once that's completed, the lid can then be re-secured to the enclosure, which will then fully seal the unit. One last thing to mention about our new battery compartments is that we are now getting these fully CNC cut, and then we are assembling these completely in-house. We've got these custom made specifically to suit our power systems, so it's a guaranteed perfect fit to the battery every time. Alright, well that's enough chatter about our new battery compartments. Now we're going to get stuck into some inverter tech talk. Now when it comes to our power systems, we primarily use either the EnerDrive inverter, like what's in front of me here, or an EnerDrive inverter charger, which combines an inverter with an AC mains power charger. Now we use these units for a couple of reasons. Firstly, they have an inbuilt RCD protection switch, which is really important when it comes to safety. They also have an inbuilt AC transfer switch. So first we're going to have a quick chat about what an AC transfer switch is. What this does is it automatically switches between AC mains power and inverter fed power. So whenever you are plugged into mains power, whether that be at a caravan park, at home, or even off a generator, the inverter will always prioritise that mains power input and use that input to supply the van. When that power source is disconnected, the inverter will then automatically switch to battery-fed inverter power and use that power to supply the van. And now that is a fully automated process, so there's no need to be switching anything between on-grid and off-grid, switching inverters between shore power and inverter-fed power. This unit takes care of that whole process in a full automated system. Now having all this system installed, including all the mains power wiring into the van's factory system, is a standard inclusion with all our power systems. So once you pick up the van, it's completely ready to roll. There's nothing else that needs to be done. If you're on grid, you can plug your van straight in, everything will work as it normally would. When you're off grid, you can simply flick your inverter on and it will feed mains power out to your whole van, including all your power points, your aircon and heating, your microwave, and all the appliances in your van. Now, another really important thing to mention is your updated electrical safety certificate, which we provide with all our power systems. So this is required because we've made changes to the van's mains power wiring system. So it's really important that no matter where you get your power system fitted, if you're getting a hardwired inverter, make sure you ask the question whether they provide you with an updated electrical safety certificate. You need one of these for your van's electrical system to be compliant, especially when it comes to your insurance. There is a chance that if you do get a hardwired inverter and you do not get an updated safety certificate, that the insurance on your van may be invalid. So please guys, make sure when you're getting an off-grid system that an updated electrical safety certificate is included as part of your installation. Another standard inclusion on all our off-grid caravan power systems is a dedicated GPO power point for our AC mains power charger. Now, this is required because if you were to plug the AC charger into one of the factory fitted power points in the van, remember that we've just fitted this inverter which we've hardwired into the van. That means that this inverter is going to come on and it's going to supply the power point, the factory power point that this unit's plugged into, meaning this unit's then going to come on and start trying to charge the batteries, but from the inverter power. And it's going to create a big power loop. So what we do is we supply and install a new power point dedicated for the AC charger that is only supplied with power when the van is plugged into mains. So this power point will only receive power when it's plugged into mains power, not when you're off-grid and your inverter is powering your van power system. A really important part of designing an off-grid power system is choosing the right size inverter and the right size battery capacity. So what we do with all our power systems is we'll sit down with each customer, we'll have a discussion about what you want to be able to run when you are off-grid and for what period of time. From that, we can then work out whether a 2000, a 2600 or a 3000 watt inverter is required, and also what size battery capacity you're going to need to keep that inverter running. So those are some really important things that really need to be established early on in the system, because what size inverter that you're going to require will determine how much battery you're going to need, and then obviously what size chargers you're going to need to run to replenish that battery, and what solar you're going to require to sufficiently recharge your batteries during the day. So you can really see that choosing quality components and putting the right amount of time into some precision planning are really the foundations of establishing a really good quality, reliable power system, and it's something that we take really seriously here at RD Auto Electrics. We don't just slap a system in and hope that it's going to do what you want it to. We sit down and we take the time to ensure that the system that we're providing for you is going to tick all the boxes and perform exactly the way that you expect it to. If you haven't had an off-grid power system previously that features a hard-wired inverter like this one, trust me when I say it's an absolute game changer. It means that you're able to pull over anytime, anywhere, and have complete access to mains power via your inverter. So whether you're pulling over for a quick bit of lunch or heading off-grid for a week, you're able to run things such as your heating and cooling. You can make yourself a tea or coffee, microwave a bit of lunch, whatever it may be. You have full access to power from your battery system through your inverter. It gives your van so much more functionality, and you'll find yourself getting out of those busy, overcrowded, overpriced caravan parks and out into some beautiful off-grid locations once you have a system like this that allows you to use everything in your van. Previous to this, if you just had a basic 12-volt AGM power system fitted in your van, all you can really run is your LED lights, your water pump, and maybe some USB charge points. And that was it. Now with systems like these, it allows you to use your van exactly as you would if you were at a caravan park when you're off-grid in the middle of nowhere. Alrighty, well that just about wraps up episode 2 of our Tech Talk series. If you do have any further questions regarding off-grid lithium power systems and specifically inverters like we chatted about today, we will chuck a link in the description below. Please get in contact with us and we'll be more than happy to help. Once again, thanks so much for joining us, for supporting the channel. Bye for now, and we'll catch you on the next episode.